Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
We're steady, we talk about right entitlements. What is an entire element and how you are going to give access to the user to the entire statement. On top of that, I think we created the entire element. We did the import of entirely invert for reasoning of an entitlement that is pending. As we discussed, right, we had some of the entitlement in our target system and those entitlement we brought into our Saviynt system. This is our target database, where there was a different kind of entitlement was there, right? We had like 8. That is a different group and we have like these are the different entitlement type. Basically, we call it as a inner target system groups. But when we bring back these groups to save it right, these are called as entitlement. Under this entitlement type we had 2 entitlement right. And this entitlement where we were bringing into Saviynt through. And this was called entitlement import. Now these entitlement are present under your Saviynt system, right? Now we are going to provision those entitlement to the user. Basically, if a user who is joining your organization, right? Let's say this XYZ user. He's onboarded to your organization today. And throw user import right or trusted economy called it right trusted recon. The user onboarded to save it. Now the user is present inside your Saviynt. If we and I give the access to this target system right, what we are going to do? We are simply going to address and raising the request for this user. If you are raising account request only right, that means this user account will get created in your target system here. But only account is not sufficient to perform that fast. What we are going to do now? We will be giving access to the user. Basically, this access is nothing but your entitlement. Using this entitlement, he can perform certain fast in your target system. Now what we'll see? If I go to your connection, inside connection, we have a place where we should mention where we want to create or like which entitlement we want to give the access to the user. This is a simple format they have given, right? We are going to use kind of same format for your entitlement import. Simple. We will create a table here for giving access to your entitlement right. And what value is expecting. Write account name and entitlement value. Basically, why account name? Account name because for which entitlement type or for which account you are trying to assign this entitlement. If this is my user, let's XYZ, right? This XYZ, if you know it, is coming to your savior, right? In saving, this user is present, this user, when I'm trying to provision to my target system. What it will happen? It will consider this username as my account name. There is an option. You can mention what account name you want to give as per in a business requirement. Some company will be there. They will say, no, I need email ID as my account name. That time you can also refer email ID as your account name. Usually most of the application. We consider your username in save event, right? In save event, what is your username? That is considered as your account name in your target DB or target application. This username, right, when we're carrying, or if I have an entitlement, let's say this entire name like floor manager, if I will be assigning this floor manager entitlement to this user, right? While assigning this entitlement, it will ask which account you are going to use. Basically, definitely, I'll be using this XYZ account, right? This XYZ account. It will get app paint and this entire domain name will be app paint with the request. And when I'll try to provision here, if the account is already present, that is fine. It will create only this add access task. If your account is not present at all, right? What is widely funded will do first, it will try to create this XYZ account here. And after that, immediately this add access task also will trigger and it will get created here. That is why in your save event, that is the concept whenever you try to add an access right. That means if you want to give an entitlement to the user, if that user doesn't have any account here, right? First, it will create a create account task. Two things will happen. First, it will try to, establish account, create account, then your add access task will fire. Two tasks will be generated. If your account already present, no issue, it will simply do the add access. Let's see. We are giving access to the account or to the entitlement one account. That is why we'll be creating another table here where it will be storing which account has information to which entitlement. This was the Devi account, right, where we're provisioning your account. Same way, I'll create a new table Devi underscore entitlement. Devi underscore in the entire end. Let me give one. Right. The column word value, it is expecting, right. What is the account name? Keep this as a default one. Let me revert it back. Something I'll give you by idea. And this is your primary. It will be auto increment. No need to provide in value. And here I will use the real economy. And I need another column and the entitlement value. These are the two columns into the expecting. Simple applied. Finish it. And where this value is happening, this account name, it is passing the user.id. Basically this user what it took, right? We are passing the username same way. It is passing the ID of the user as a comment. And what is the entitlement value? It is fetching the entitlement value of your entitlement. What entitlement you will be passing, and that will give you the fast object and entitlement value. If you look back clearly right for the account name, it is referring your user table. From user table, it is getting the data and it is traveling to the ID column. For the same way to get the entitlement name, which table it is referring. First that it is, you have the entitlement value key object. From there it is getting your entitlement value. This object name, it will be always same, right? If you want to get an entitlement value, you have to refer this object. Same way. If you want to get the user ID, you have to refer this object always user. In place of user ID, you can also plus user.email, that it will create email ID as your account name. But what I attribute to your referring, that should be a unique, and for each and every account that value should present, otherwise it will throw error. Let me pass this query to your grant access session. And save and test convincing. What is the table name? I think we need to change the table and we need to change data. Grant access is in very domain. The table almost ideally, you understand that. The end is carry go. Now let's put revealing news. Give this a request access for this. Delete this user. Our security system is denied, right? You have to update this user value. You have to update the CT of the user. Whatever user we're taking, if you want to take this user, the CT value should be. Bangalore write for us. Email writing, the same amount is blank. Let me clear. and predict income. Update. This has a CT and a female ID problem. I'll let my copy this user. Or as come back here, go to awareness. Equals access for others. Type this user. Select this user. Click on next. And let's choose our application of data with training. To cut and check it out. What I will do, I'll add only one entire minute now with the user. Sample, click on add. Once you add it, click on next. Here you can write some business distribution. Here it is giving you the information. I'm trying to add this application. What is the account name? Say account name. Already use an M game here, right? Because this is a default one. We configure each. You can also change this account name to email. How we can change it and see. And what is the access I'm trying here? Flow richer. Now submit the request. Either you can copy the request number or you can copy the username and click here. If you want to see simple, copy the request number. Once you copy the request number, always go to your request history. Click here. Here, give your request ID, search it. It is telling the request is completed. If you open this request, and it will give you all the request information over to your trying to request. And if you go down, it's it. There is a clue request, write you access for this one and new account. It is author approved. And what fast? What's in it? Go to the pass menu. And there is a new account as well as add access. Just copy the user already. Go to pending task. Open the same request again. If you see this requested add access, right, have a look. It is still in. What is your parent task? Right. That means this parent task is this one. These are the dependent tasks. Because this add access is generated because of this new account. Now you can see all the information like what the entire element is. Close it. And what is the security system? What is the account? This is for new account. And this is for also new account. Now let's process this task. Simple Control plus and click admin. In your tab will open, right? And here again go to job control panel. And is job control panel, go to your activity menu. We have to provision this task now. Simple, click here in the provisioning job. Action and start it. Here we will. Security system name in the more option. First it should go your new account, after that. You have a bad access. And submit it. Let's the job finish and see what will happen. It loads all this, a lot of manual open up. The job is finished. I'll go back to this menu and let me grab the log. Go to admin function, application log, give 1000 line here and get log. Scroll down to the down. Keep the job ready. Here the job ended right. Now, if you go to the pending task, right click. I think this is already provisioned for the user. It's not there. If you open the user, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 user right. You can open. Again, go to the admin. Click on this 3 dot right. Identity repository. Click on the user and give you a user ready. Get in there. Open this user now right. Go to accounts. This we run this user right now. Click on the account name and go to associated entitlement. You see the flow right. It is coming from your H. Or you can check the same in the end. Let me hear that. HR and for. Now, if you go to the database, right? Just refresh it. For the record didn't came here. Where it went? Go to the application logs. See where it is dumping the record. And the record process for this is the task ID 9036. What was that funding task? ID go to complete task and click on advanced. Go to security system. Give your security system name and search it. Search by creation. Day to day, you will write created. This was 937, 936. Let's search this task ID. What it is? I wanted to look at the final status task then. It's a it process, the new account. This is your new account task. This is your entire land value flow rates are. This zone just generate fire rate in 722 dB and T. For values, this is value. Firefighter access not one. This is something is a grant access decision, not adding it. Query decision is this one. The key validation is our access in certain to deviant. The element of this value query map is hard access query. Insert into deviant account and then should trigger the query. Existing to assigning access. Query for internal nature not found. Exit the execute final and query. And create account DB. Instead of it, provisioning new account process versus the single bit task. Good 595 saving account ID. New account processing account key. Processing task start. Account entitlements saved. The religion I am from to visit. It's telling his process, but why he didn't store. No, there are also nothing. Basically, if you look at the let me go to the connection once and see go to the connection. Open the connection. And that was grant access rate. It's for create a cone. And grass and sync it into Deviant. It's pretty integrate. The same query. And in the values, a con event and ready values user.id and task.internal value key. Basically, these are still in user ID. If I go back, if I saw and came here, user object is the subcurrent user.id. Was there any error in the query? No, right? Let's compare with the query. Let's see. If we have missing anything here, insert into the event element write ID, whatever value, the same we have given. Use your .id. Fast to enter the end located in value. If that is not reaching, let me see what else object we can do. This is for and grant access rate grant. Access JSON. They're using directly a con name. That's can tell you system property and task.internal value key.entire value. These we are using task but entire value key.entire value. This parameter support the following binding as it tasks. We are using the task. Basically, if you want to use task, then task.grant. I will look at that. How they're doing for custom property. It should be the same way. Well, check on this. I think that is correct, only not any. If I use this variable, use this variable here instead of use it .id. Let me use a con name and task. This should be same only. Let me pass in the grant. Access is the same thing. And the table name is undiscrete. Just save it. And let me add one more entity and see. Come back here again to the request. I use the same age. Use the same age. You have already accessed here write sample, modify an existing access. Now again in cat, check it out. Now I'll be adding one more entitlement. Add this entitlement. Click on next. Now this request is generated. Copy the union. Go to your pending task. This is your access task. Now it is created, right? Simple, go to job. This is your plan in the utility. Click on the provision. It's right, job right. Accents that. And this is your data is turning safe. And here it should be our access. And submit it. And I believe it is not able to process your create account and add access at the same time. Let's see. This is over. Let me grab the log. Go down. This time let's see what access query is giving. Scroll level. We got area. Exception occurred in insert. Duplicate entry for the key primary. It's telling the record is already present to where it to be trying to insert. This again, it is triggering the insert in a DBA account, but we had that right. That is why. It is throwing an error. You have to handle this error. On this should be update task. Right. The task in 938, right? It's telling 938, it's already done. 3 minutes completed. This is completed. It's not bringing, but there's some missiles there and I'm looking to it. What is this void is not bringing the entire learning formation. Do you need to increase the state objectives of index in the? Maybe it is trying to get some entertainment type value. I'll check this part. Today on combative, what Excel's value it is expecting actually. In your view, it is going to be completed, but in backend, I believe it will be adding to your account on the screen. That means such is there whether it is present or not. Similarly, the account on the score. The table image here account on the score and that went 1. Here this telling you 50 currently. Is standing empty as 1. Saviynt dot to take down is the query. It is taking your account key. And I don't know where I look at. Let me give the query we have select entitlement. Well, it's wrong. Same in the underscore and the county equal. And what is your account key here? If I come back to you, your information right. Go to admin. Click the state dot. Click here, go to user. Open user first. Once you click this user right, you see some number came here right. 500. Basically, this is your user key. How? This is your username and this is your system username, right? We have another thing system username. The same way, this is your user key. It is auto-generated. Autogree. This is your user ID if you go back to your account and open this account. Now click this. What it is you? This is your account key actually. Copy this account key. Throw this key. Let me try to find out whether it is present or not. It is adding here actually. In under your entire new value key basically. This table account underscore entire one will have your relationship. Your relationship between your account and entire amount of which account has which table. Like also, I'll give comma here account key also right. Let me give account key also. This account key 1. 1, 8, 5 has 2 entitlement it is telling. One is this is entitlement and what is your account key? 1185.5, basically your account. This account key is this one 185.5. And what entire notation, entire link if you want to see what you can do. Click in security system. Open your security system now. Go to your database. Stressing, see a right click here. Go to your endpoint. Open your endpoint. And now you have to go your entire link, right click on this entire element type. And here you have to enter in the H, R1 is floor, H, R1 is people. It's a close this one and here in manager you have also two entire window. Open this floor, manager and project manager. Now if you open this your entire menu, in the top you have your entire link is the entire value underscore. After that show it is basically which table store what information you can check easily. How you gonna know if you go to your user right? This is your account, right? Appreciancy in the slash it is stealing accounts. That means your account store in under account table. If you let me go back, I was telling about user right, where user is storing ECM slash user. A prism, what is written? That is basically user table line where it is storing the record. A prism, it is storing your user in the user table, and this is your username. And what is your user key? This is your user key. If you're referring user, this should be a user key. If you're referring your account. See here actually data, the training is open right. This data, I was training right. This endpoint. It is mentioning age red/esim. A priceless, it is answering endpoint. That means your endpoint is coming from your endpoint table. And what is your endpoint key? 40. Same way. If you open your entitle and flow HR and see after NCM, it is telling this is your entitlement table. Entitle and underscore values, and what is your key? 2625. This is your key. In our query, what we saw, this account is linked with two entitlements. One is 26252262255. These are two entitlements which is present in my account. What does this? This is your entitlement key actually. Value 2652625526252. This is your entitlement whose the user has the record right. And if you go back to another right, not this one. This is 4 right. This is 5. This user has this entire link. And you can confirm the same thing if you go to your user itself, right? Go to your user. Now go to your account. This is your user, right? Like click the user and give your username. Go to your account tab and this is your data with training CFO security system, right? Open. Go to your associated entitlement, right? On this entitlement, if you can click the space control and go to floor manager. Open this and see what is the entitlement value key. Entitlement value, and this is your key. You can go to 6255 and again click on the floor ER compute place. And what is your entitlement values? 26255. Wherever you go. Actually, if you go to connection, also right, I think connection will not show. Let's. Connection also showing you in connection, it is storing under your ECMN config table. And if you open any of your connection, see, it's you the key. How you can confirm this? Go to your connection, right? Open your connection and then data with training CF. This is your 22, right? This is ECMN config, right? I'll go to backend. Simple ISC. Copy this ECMN config. Do you see means I'm telling to describe it? And simple, click here and this query first. And run the query. If you click run the query now, it will open. Let me select this as actually not JDBCF. This should be my default level. Set it as a default. Now run it. ECMN config doesn't exist as a link. Actually, that will be config. It will be coming from config table, right? You're connecting an information. Config right, config right. These table, actually it's true. That is why it is giving a dummy table there actually. If you select your configuration. If you do the selection of configuration table, this configuration table actually give you all the data. Let me close this one. All in the category. You see a lot of category here. Just scroll down right. This is your config data. This is a giving dummy table. Just forget about that. If you click on security system, I'll show you about your security system. This is your security system. You open it right. You can copy this table after the same security system. There is a reason why they're giving the dummy table, because the configuration table hold all the linking table. That's why they do not want to disturb that. If you run this, your security system, right select star from security system. What is your security system name data? I was training CF, right? And we got it from the security system table. What is your key? You can confirm it. Scroll down. Is there 33? If you scroll right, just right go. You see here right, and the service training CF. Ideally, all this what they've been working for. What is connection? What do you know? That is store and also configuration. Rather than that, this entire node. Also, if you go, it will give the correct entire value table. If you go, it will give the account correct table information even for user. Also, it will give the user sentiment. Now we have provisioned the entire into the user. Let me come back to the first point, right where? In the HR system, right? This was your HR system, right? Let me go to the first point, right where in the day class, if you remember, in the day when we discuss what we discuss, this was your HRMS system, right? From here, the HR was uploading the user. They uploaded this, a BC user, XYJ user, right? This user. I told you it is coming to your save in through import. That was like user import, or in the different name, what we called it as a for a state reconciliation, and another name it has. Authoritative source, right? Through this authoritative source or the trusted become the user used to onboard to your Saviynt. Once it onboarded, we are giving access to the user right to this database application. How we are doing giving access? We are submitting. We are going to a REST, right? You have sent right in a REST. We are going to request access for others. After that, I am selecting the which application I want to go right. Data was training safe. And I am choosing add access. And after that, I am submitting the request. It is generating a request ID. This request ID, if I am running through W, red prime. After that, only the user is getting unrated. This is like again, all the manual process we are, again, during the manual work, right? It should be automatically, it should happen. How the automatic things will happen when, let's say, HR created user. XYZ in the targets or their hosted source right from here. The user is getting onboarded to Saviynt system. Right through it a straight recon. Immediately when the user is, the account should automatically get created here. That is my requirement. And each and every organization when a new employee is OL. By default, he'll see should get access to your Outlook. Or to your time, set portal or company portal right. Here says should not be submitting any request. Same way, we have to also implement this application that when the user is getting created in your user import, automatically it should get created into your target system, right? That is how we'll see it. Let me do one thing right. I'll go back here in my table. Let user import user right. This is our table if you select this one. No, I don't like this one, right? What is the table we are leveraging for your user import data with secret? Scroll down, let's see user import right. Import user only. Now I'll insert a new record. I'll give some ID I gave a new name. Let's say I will give cloud. And last name if I want. Status keys 1. I will leave this email. ID is a blank. And sim. Submit it. I want this email. ID should be auto-generate. I certain files and email ID, it should auto-generate. How it will do? If you go back to your connection, right in your connection, you see there is a column generate email, right? Instead of false, mark it as it. Simple, pass it as a true. And here you have 0-day provision, right, mark it as also. And there is, it's a accrual also of some, mark it as true. These three things, right, should generate email. I am working with true. 0-day provisioning, I'm working as a true, say accrual. I'm working as it's true. These three things, simple, mark it as a true. 7 best connection. If you see here, when any new user, it was uploaded by your HR like this new user when I uploaded here. Restored recon job or user import job. I was running manually, actually right to bring this user here. I will also automate this thing that once immediately the user is uploaded the job, when the job will run it, it will pick and it will try to provision the user here. That thing first, we'll look into this. Onboarded a user here. This user is there. If I select it here, right. This user is on a user HR uploaded it now. This user will automatically, upload it to your save and throw the user import user or your first. It will be content once the job will run. In between, when the job is run, the user uploaded here, right, I marked the two things. If you remember, 0 to provisioning, as I marked true, 0-day provisioning. I mark it as a true and say accrual. I mark it as a group. These two things I mark it as a true, and another one like generate email, also I mark it as true. This is an individual entity. What will happen? It will generate a new email by default. That will come to later, but remember this routine. It work in conjunction actually. Both the things it is enabled. Not for this one, actually not to bring the user from here to save it. I marked it as a that when the speaker or user it is getting created here, it should automatically. Rubble, or it should automatically create in your target system. That is why I marked as a 0-day provisioning. True, that means it will run as a birthright. And check rule means it will try to check if any rule is set up for me. To mark anything as automated or if your user in Saviynt. It came through the trusted reconciliation, right? This trusted reconciliation, this PQR user right, it was uploaded by your HMN system or HRL. Upload this user to here through. We have, through your user import or trusted reconciliation, this user onward to here. From here, we will be setting up a technical rule. What technical rule? This technical rule, it will try to evaluate and it will have some condition also. What condition I'm taking? If that condition match says immediately this PQR user, it will get created in your target database. This technical rule, it is again a rule right in the end. You can see it is a rule. Remember this one technical rule is wrong. What is technical rule? Technical rule, it is a birthright rule. See what is a birthright exactly if I see what is a birthright. I am the owner or I am my father, right? His name is reverse. Whatever property he has, right? Let's say he has a car, he has a bike, he has some land and he has some property. That I can use it right because that is my birthright. I am his son. On behalf of that, because I am his son, I can utilize all this thing. That is my birthright. Same way, whenever any account is getting on birth to your savings in savings once the user is on birthright. What is their birthright means? They got birth here. They come here as a new account user. While coming here, what else account they can automatically get? That is called as a birthright. Automatically, by default what they are counter getting in the day, one that is configured under your technical rule. In technical rule, we will configure it. What account this would get? Everybody shouldn't get the same account as a birthright right. If you are a manager, as a birthright you should get account or access to a group times it. Because you are a manager and you will be managing 10 to 20 employees. You should get to access to this approval times to application that you can approve all the request. But same case employee, normal employee shouldn't have access to this application. You are doing right. Because why they need to approve? They will submit the times it. Same way, the managers should get birthright to this application and employee should get to another application. How you can then differentiate that this manager, if this is a manager, he should get to access except like a person by default. If it is employee, he should get access to. Why application? Some attribute base. We can define it. Let's see. I will set up a technical rule first. And what is the technical rule I give? I am not passing in a city attribute as of now, right? Let me leverage the connection and go to your user import. Copy this user import, come back here, open a new tab. I will add one more column here. I'll mark it as a city. This would be go to city attribute. Property is city and character. Then again copy and put it back here. Now there is a new attribute we have called city. What city attribute I'll give you? I'll give the city. Let's say I'll give you no. Some normal. I'll give some value like city PC this city. I'll add one more user 3, 4, 5. Something is some different idea I get. And I'll give you like something like I'll give cloud. Another user. I gave the status key as 1. I'm leaving the emulators blank. Now here I'm giving a different city. Will be busy apply it sample. Can I sit? Just select the second. We have. Let me set technical role where I'll be mentioning if a user belongs to city, 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 city. Automatically, this would access will this application. That thing will be mentioned first. Let's go to your. Saviynt close everything. Simply go to admin menu. After that, click here. Go to your policy. You see this is a policy. Click here. And click technical rule in the technical rule. Create a new technical group. Created technical, click on action. Created new technical role. Give a name. I'll give the role name. But write any name you can give which is convenient to your project. After giving the name, click and role description. Scroll little down. There is a condition, right? This is condition is available. You can sample. The object is always user. You're targeting user. And what I have to put on targeting? Here I am targeting city attribute right seat. I said if user city equals type here. You have a lot of value here. You can choose if you use your city equals to what is the city. If this condition match, you just should get access to this application target application. What is your target application name? Database training C. It if user city equals CTC. What action I want to perform? I want to assign the user to database training. Seed for that. Come back to this object type. Click here and you can type here your application name. What is that data? Is training C. And what is the object you're trying? Click account. I want to assign account to the user, not only account. I want to assign. Also one entire minute. What entire man entitlement you want to assign again in the drop down select. Data is training C. You see three things right here. One is normal. Data is training C. Data is training C. A double column HR under UC manager. Can it in me? What is this two thing? HR and manager. Any idea? One is an entitlement type and one is entitled. Both are the entitlement type actually C. If you choose the second one, like from HR type, under this HR type, write entitlement type, what entitlement you have, it will show you here. Again, select here, write. Just write the name. First, I have to check what is there in your inside. This HR entitlement type right, then only I can confirm. Simple, press Ctrl and Admin. It will be fun and new tab. Go to here again. Come back here. Go to Identity Repository. Go to Security System. Open here. Can I make some right? Sorry, Security System. Go to here again. Go to Endpoint. Open your endpoint now. Go to Entitlement Type. What entitlement type I'm choosing here? Here are right. Come back here, open HR. You have flowchart, copy this flow HR, come back here. Simple, paste it here now. You see, here it is coming right. What you had else, people? Right, let me type only P people HR, also it is coming. Select the whole HR and it will be in the assigned state only. You see there is a column here, birthright. You have to select the birthright. You can also mark this remove birthright access it condition fail. What happen if my CT is getting changed to more right? I'm moving to be VCC. That time the access would automatically get rework. That thing also you can mention. Do you want to continue is to proceed? I'll click on this. Now our technical role is ready. Now click send for approval. This technical rule. See all the technical will. Whatever it is I made, it is inactive. That is not required for me. Now this is my technical rule. It will, if my user.ct equal to ctc, then create account on data with students here and assign. Entitlement type for HR, entitlement type on what is the entitlement of people. HR. Up to this, we are ready. Now our technical role is ready. I told how this technical rule again it will figure. That is the biggest question, right? Somebody should tell right when. This was your say, being in say being, and this is your target database, training Citra. And here you have your HR limb. In the HMS, when HR is uploading a new user, let's say PQR this user, it is coming to your Saviynt through a user import right. First thing, what we'll do? This job we have, like user import will make it as a automatic. We will make it as automatic. Now it is not automatic. We are manually triggering this job that the user is coming from here to here. First we'll make it as automatic one task right. This user import job will mark it as automatic while you are marking as automatic right in that job. I am mentioning boss when you are reaching here in the Saviynt for this user. You have to check two things here to check what one is. What makes your 0-day provisioning? 0-day provisioning is mark it as a true and say cruel is marking as a true. What will happen if 0 days marking as a true? It will this PQR user. It will try to provision the user to here directly. It will search what is, fitted for me. What is the condition given to me? But alone this 0-day provision, it cannot work. What job we set it here or what technical role we set is? It is a birthright. This should get triggered right. To trigger this, I'll tell here say cruel equal to true. While this user is traveling, it will check my XML file, that is user import XML file, whether say cruel is true or not. If it is true, it will go to my all technical rule and there it will try to search where it is matching my condition. PQR user will tell. My false name is PQR, my last name is Swaged, my email ID is craigsided@ridgemail.com, my city is CTC. I am carrying this information. It will ask the SEC rule. Check any rule. Is there in technical rule which is matching any of value for me? And it will go and it will one by one will check all your technical rule. And it will try to traverse through this and it will try whatever actually will. Any attributes, does it match with me or not? Now see the CT attribute, it is equal to CTC. I have this matching attribute. My city is CTC. This technical rule, it is matching for me, then I should trigger this technical rule. This technical rule, when it will try to travel it and it will check first, this condition is matching. And after that what it will see, I should trigger the account database training seek account for this user. And one more entitlement also, people which are ISO data into the user, also that it is marking as a birthright. That it won't wait immediately, it will create because it has asked me. 0-day provisioning control was trigger the 0-day provision where it is marked as a true. You have to trigger this thing. It will tell this user import thing. 0-day provisioning is marked as a true and check rule is true. Both are option at group for me. I should go ahead and I should create a home under this data, less training, CF. Those information we mark it under our XML file data void in the user import right. If you go to our connector file here in the starting while you are doing import, you have to mark this 0-day provisioning as true. And this generate email as true, that it will generate automatic lame LED and SQL must be true, that it will try to check if any. Technical rule is submitted or created for me or not with the I'm matching in value. Now up to this, we are good, we have this. Setup is ready, technical rule is ready. It will automatically pick the things. But one more thing is pending, right? What is that? This is our message from here. It is a man application PQR user. It is traveling to your save, and through this user import job, we set our user import job to automatic to first thing. Let us do this. Then after we'll go back to second step. If I mark it as a true, immediately it will happen. And this is your first thing. Second thing is we will set up a technical rule which is already there. Right? This technical rule now it will trigger and it will bring this PQR user. It's once this PQR user here, this technical rule, and will try to trigger it, will generate it fast for us. Once you task, it's generated. What is the finally for each provisioning? The user, the job is provisioned by your double asset. We have to set up our double asset right job as well. What earlier we are doing? We are simply submitting the request for this application, and on behalf of it was giving a class guide for us for create account and access. Up to this will made automatically and it got a task ID. After that we are giving our security system in double asset right job and it was provisioning right. That also you have to automate three things. First, you have to automate your user import job. First, automate user import job. Second is you have to write a technical rule. Third is we have to set up our double asset right job. to automatic. That means we have to schedule this and schedule this. Let's go back here. Our technical rule is done. We need to go to Job Control Panel. And in the utility, first we had our. Go to the database, we had our user import job right. This user import complete from database. You have to schedule any of the job. Save this job by stealing it in the neighborhood run. You have to run it manually. This job is there. We will trigger this job or will set up this job to trigger. Click on this schedule button and give our connection name, database connection, and click on submit. Now it will ask what time you need to trigger it. Now the timing 9:17. I'll give every 3 minutes. I'll change it back again after the work is done. Submit. Now if you go back and tell me import, user import right here. See it till it will run in or 3 minutes over. It is really need to run another minute. By the time, let me set up the go back here. Click on action and schedule it. In the here, give over connection name and account type as task type as new account, and after that our access, and click on next. It will also ask you, I'll give it as a 3 minute and submit it. This job is also scale. It will tell it will run in 921. Let's see. One job is currently running. What job is running? If you go click view, Robesoning job is running. Let it run. And what else we ask to run? Go to Job Control Panel. If you go to your database, go to User Import Job. It will run in 921. I think already one time run right. Open this one. It ran in 1918. It failed. Why it failed? Look here. This is still in. See, it ran and it sees CT attributes for some user. That is why it failed actually. If you go to your application log, our import job failed. For some user, CT attributes would empty. What you have to do? You have to mention some city for all the user. Otherwise, it will fail. Why? Because this statement works on a Java concept. And it is not able to handle your exception if you have error. We shouldn't pass. We have to handle the null. How you can handle the null? We'll look into that also. Because all the way we cannot expect all the values should be present. All the values there. Let's see what happened now. Let me go back to the Job Control Panel. Go to your user import complete. 920 and it will run right same way. Control, click the control and click utility. This is not going. WCTR, it will run also in 921. Let's wait for a minute and see what's happening. First thing first, what happened? I told you this is a Remis job, right? This is a Remis application. What user you uploaded here, it will try to bring it here. Grow the user import job, right? Once the user are herein, save it. Immediately after that, when you're, after that your technical rule will get bigger. Technical rule once as a trigger, the user will come to your, it will be generated pass, right? Using that task, your WSP drive will provision the user to this. I would have like the 921 happened, right? Let's see first with the job banner park. Click here. I was still, it is not to run. Why didn't run? This time also it failed again. 921, see, started and done it already ran. Wait again, failed. Go back here. No such property. Throwing some series error. Let me go up and now and see where it failed actually. This is your double S retracer. We didn't found anything. That way it didn't do one thing. Now our import job is failing. If you scroll above, see the set is occurring. This is a primary key error. That's fine. Here it is failing. It's an at email, true and 0 deprovisioning for secure, not filing action user. No such property. See T for class group it at a school group. We wrote a red. First civil solution empty. The city column it is. Marked as empty. What is the table we are using M? JBC import user, right? City has all the value now. If I go to the connection. Let me go to the connection first. Go to connection. Data is turning safe. Open the connection. Scroll down and go to the user import, right? Super 0 deprovisioning true entitlement. It's a group. It's a group and save in property city source of property city type. My friend book is city. We have my own. Why it is throwing error? Let me unschedule and run it one more time. Before scheduling it, right. This is one match that may remove it and submit it. Or I can give like enough weekly. Now it won't run. Say next skidded it. I have like an example Ava. I'm going to go to the next one for. Now I'll manually run this job and see what is happening. Before that, that is no empty column, right? Let's say everything there. Click on start. Give the connection name and submit it. It didn't run at all. Click on this one. And it is maybe same region, no property city for class. This is the file. You notice one more thing. I think in the select query, it didn't pass the city value right, and that is where it is building. Right? Select ID first name, last time, status, email. And we forgot to mention city here. That is why it is not able to select the query. Remains in the city. Same and test the connection. Now let's enter the job. Go to database. Click on the user import. And in the dviewer import, go to action and again skid it. This is the data. It's running C. Submit it. We gave weekly. You can now will give minute. 1 minute. 9 to insert. I'll give a minute. Submit it. It should run at 9:28. Let's see what it brings this time. Click in this dviewer import. It should run in a minute. Let's wait for a minute and see what is happening for this job. And we have another job that we have scheduled. That is your double S. It's right. It is going to run in another 2 minutes in 9th. 9:28 happened, right? The job is running. If you click on the view details, it's over. The job has run. Now go to database again. Here click the job name. Now you see success rate. That means the user already came. Click here. Total user inserted to right if you see this new user. See this user. It would have created now. It's to right. I can show you open this user. Go to account. See, there is no account. It is there right for this user. Copy this user immediately. Go to errors menu. Go to pending task. Let's see. This data is training. See, task already generated. Why it generated? Because the technical group figure for this user. If you go to action and click on view, what is the comment? You see 0. Right? And one more dependent task that is there, right? You see, right? It is 0 data task. How it got triggered? Throw the 0 data. If you wait for a minute, the job will run. Arctic you say try job now. It will trigger. First thing is done. Your user import job is it. And after that the technical room got triggered. Once the technical room got triggered, It generated this task. This task is generated now. Our provisioning job would be running now. See, because this is 9:30, see, the job is already running. This provisioning job automatically running. Right? If you click this again, you will see with job is running. Secret system 30 for secret system 33. The job is already finished. Let me show you the secret system 33. Go back here. I'm going to have a sending. The job is finished now. Now, if you go back to the spending task, it would have cleared this, refresh this. Now it is gone, right? And if you go back to your user, this user, you see there is no write, no account, simple refresh it. After refreshing, go to your account tab and you saw the account. Open this account. Go to your associated retirement and you see the people. It's an end time. Go to assignment now. Everything is automated. Simple what you have to do. If you try to onboard a user to this application here, automatically. That is that job frequency. We have been 2 minute 3 May, but that is not true in the real time. The timing will be always 30 minutes more than that. If you frequently run the job again and again, your system will get very slow and it will get stuck. That is why you should give a gap between your job. At least 30 to 40 minutes would be that gap. If I go back, I think it is not capturing the update history. That is why you don't see it otherwise. You will have similar rule here, actually the technical rule. These are the details, we bought it upright. And I will last time status key, already it came up as value. This account is present law. How this account is, provision and present. We saw in the task rate. We went to the complete task. Go again now. Once go to security system. Select your security system and search it. Click on the create date. And this is the to task rate. If you go to action, it will give you 0 day. That means it is happened through a technical program. This is how you can automate all the tasks and provisioning process. In the real time, you will be seeing. In all, the user will have access through a technical role only. Let's say some of the user, because some issue, it is not provisioned to the target system. And it didn't, this BBC user, right? This BBC user, if you open the user, go open this BBC user. Of course, it is BC. Go to account site. You see, there is no account. The sum cost question will come to you, right? I do not have any account for this user. I want to assign this user this database training C application. How you gonna do that? How you gonna do, or you gonna assign this user this BBC application? Simple. You can run a user update role for this user that we can accommodate. We can give access to the database training application as well for this user. This will be purely through a user update role. Again, user update role will call your technical role. How we can do that? I'll show you in the next ones. We'll see that. I have one question. Can you go to job control panel? I mean, do you have to do a panel? Can you go to environment input? Here, right. Can you go to environment inputs? You can see, you're right. You ran, it failed for you. Simple, open this and you should go to value update to. Column count doesn't match value of count, row 1. That means what column you're passing for the entire domain import, that is matching. Let me go to your connection. This is clearly telling right. Suppose in the database your 4 column you're passing maybe 3 or you're maybe passing 4 or 5. That is the thing. It is not happening. Let me go to identity repository. Go to your connection. Database 1 to 3. And here you are doing the entire main port. Let me go to the and type my name. Port only. And then value import. Control it can all see. Come back here, open a new time. Let me view. Our language matrix shows the language X7. What you're passing here. Select application name, endpoint name, and then value and that 90 cluster descriptions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. You have a missing column here. What is the missing column? A place in name, endpoint name, and admin type and admin value. And title and ID, and you have a steps and you have everything, and right here 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 2, 1, 3, 5th grade, 1 text, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. Your mapping description to the foundation database. Expansive allows find enter value to enter new value and title and type. You're giving an entitlement name here. Endpoint, your endpoint application name, your passing system name. What is this is my entire main input, right? What are the mandatory column for us? System name and point name. These are the two mandatory column, right? Are you passing system name and point name? Endpoint name is also there. I think this looks fine for me. And what table you are leveraging here? From entitlement input 1, 2, 3. Entitlement import 1, 2, 3. Is there a statement? There is no status in that. Status will come to picture. If you are not giving status, you cannot request for that application. The name are correct, right? What name you have given here? That also mattered. Let me see if I've given application. I'm a click is a name. And point name and entitlement. And let me run the job again. And we'll see, we'll capture the real-time log, why it is not happening. That is how you use it. Probably slip. You should always run the job. Go to job database. the entire menu import. Action start. 1, 2, 3. And let me run the job. It immediately failed right now. Collect the log. Scroll down. And see where it got failed. It is mixing up the thing. What do you know? I have already scheduled the job. Right? That is why it is keep on running and it is not giving actual. What I'll do, whatever job, we are skitter right. Let me stop that first. Let me go with. And this is, remove rigor. I did it, the trigger totally. This is like Zen. First, it's in 1917 June 1st, it will try to trigger 9. This is fine. Now we had our laboratory job also, right? Go here and simply remove the trigger. Now we don't have any scheduled job. Let's run the job again. And diamond import and start it. Submit it. It failed. Get the lock. Scroll down. See, now you have this. NTN value input and here its link ends. Entitlement I will do inserted updated to an admin will column. In an indictment value import. Column count doesn't match value at count at row 1. Row 1, some error data is telling. I'm in indictment value 3. Scrape. It is matching, but it's telling no matching. You don't have an entitlement type not found in manager data. It's going to go on to 3 if you want to import. Actually, there is one thing. Entitlement type. What entitlement type you're giving? Let me see. This is the entitlement type HR and manager processing. Actually, write this entitlement type. It is not there in your system. Ideally, that should also come from database. But there is no way to import. What you can do? Simpler, go back to your security system. Go to security system. Data restraining 1 to 3. Go to endpoint. Go to data is going to send. Go to endpoint and admin type. Here I create to an entitlement type for you. What name you're passing here? This is not the real time. That's why it is not able to create. HR type, you created one and manage it. It's creating one. Go back again. Go to entitlement type. You have one-click action, create an event element type. Group information, it is not able to bring that. That is why it is going there. Go back. Enter learn. You have to enter an event. I to right now. Let's run the job and see. 1 to 3 and submit it. Still we have better. Let's see what I write through now. Scroll down. I think it is insert now, right? It is telling, inserting an indictment floor. Error entitlement type onto 4. There is no error. I believe. Go back to now. If we see it, go to entitlement type open HR. Boo researcher is there. And it's all is manager is there. Now it came right. There is no error. But entitlement type was not present. That is why it was throwing error. And this document, it is not telling how you can deal with. Entitlement type. It is not passing. That is why it got failed. Does it any time tell how to do the entitlement type? It's simple telling you are passing, that's it. Nothing else. That was, the missing part. Now it is you're good to go and your entitlement imported. If you go back to the job, click here. It's a system. This is how you can debug always, your most important thing is you shouldn't look always the log. Write how you see here entitlement, import value, input job, and the same way it would have start, also write somewhere. Just copy this. See, it is an entitlement input. Where do you just start? Like that you should have also. Simple. If you click this one right, this is entered by name port. If you go above, this is all they record. I mean, how many times the job started is going right? Same way, and when you're choosing the log failure right by default, it will be empty for you. You should always choose the first log right, debug.log without any name. There is a custom log. Forget about that. That is not required. You would require only the debug log. Debug 0 without a name. Give this log. 1000 line and get log. Your latest log will come in the down part. Here it will, your novel stack. It is in a reverse way. With this we concluded the database right. We also saw technical rule. Right. What is the birth rate? It will light how we can leverage using the technical rule. Tomorrow we'll see user editor. Some user will start with the other application. Let me see. We will be planning for database or Active Directory or REST connector. I'll say. Probably I can give the overview for the Active Directory tomorrow. Then we'll do the Active Directory integration. Let me see, I have downloaded that in. That's work. Then I think I'll be good to do that. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.